First boat away from the dock is the U8, the Beacon Electric, and J. Michael Kelly. He's going to be followed by his teammate, Corey Peabody, driving the U9, the Beacon Plumbing. Then it's the powder blue and white Miss Home Street with the rookie, Dylan Runny. And the fourth boat up and away from the dock, the gold, white, and black Goodman Real Estate, the U91 with Andrew Tate. All four up and running. It is Madison Racing versus Strong Racing, two of each. This could be fun. We're going to go 3 times around this 2.5-mile race course, coming up on 4 minutes and 5 seconds right now.
Fighting for lanes in the milling period to see who has the inside advantage.
I'm curious to see who's been hiding their speed over the last day, you know, and just kind of knowing they have it dialed in, but not letting anybody know.
Cutting across the ESCO Electric infield will be Runny in the home street, and Goodman Real Estate boat with Andrew Tate.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch these guys run on the water together, because if you saw the preseason interview with Andrew Tate, they asked him about teammate Dylan Runny, and he's had nothing but good things to say about him and said they had raced together since they were kids, blah, blah, blah. But he really did not like the term teammate, and he made that pretty plain. He says, no, he wears powder blue, and I wear black and gold. And he made it pretty clear, once they go on the race course, all bets are off. He's going to go out and try and win, and Dylan Runny is just another competitor. Beacon Plumbing, the third boat through the corner down here. Check that Beacon Electric. Then it's the Beacon Plumbing with Corey Peabody. So the boats are spread out a little bit. Andrew Tate going up the backstretch with 250, sitting on the inside lane right now, but a lot can change.
It's kind of interesting the way Team Madison both went through the ESCO Electric infield together.
Does the 80-mile-an-hour rule hold for this 2023 Columbia Cup?
Yeah, there's a little change to it, Brad.
Yeah, there is, and it's kind of like what the rule has changed to be. It's that, you know, it's like fishing, and you throw a great big net out over the water. You're going to catch all kinds of things beyond just the fish you were trying to get. And that's not really what the 80-mile rule was intended to do. They're trying to catch a specific violation, and that's the one that yields a starting advantage to a team. So this gives the chief referee, Rick Sandstrom, the leeway to do that.
Gotcha.
Boats coming out of the turn number 4 for Buffalo Brothers onto the front stretch. It'll be Tate in the Goodman Real Estate onto the front stretch first.
2 minutes.
Home
2 minutes.
Street, Dylan Runny second. Then the bright red Beacon Electric. And boy, really close to the Beacon Plumbing, J. Michael Kelly, right next to his teammate there, Corey Peabody. Across the Mosteller start-finish line down to all doors, turn number 1. Anybody jumping across the ESCO infield?
I don't think they can, Mike. We're still a minute 35.
How you doing there, teammate? Get away from me. Don't you know I don't like this? Get away from me now.
Well, those two are deck to deck.
I know.
Peabody and Kelly.
I didn't think they were
Electric on the outside, Plumbing on the inside.
They were supposed to be all pally, I thought.
It's kind of interesting, actually.
Andrew Tate's up and moving down here a little quicker than I thought. He got down here at 126, and you don't want to be down here at 130, so he was a little before that, and he gave it a little squirt. Right in front of AJ, you got all 4.
1 minute mark.
Goodman in 1. The Goodman Real Estate boat with Tate.
Both Beacon boats still right next to each other.
Yep, and it looks like they'll be in 3 and 4. You've got Runny in lane number 2. Peabody in 3, and Kelly in 4. As they head up the backstretch with 37 seconds.
Now we'll see if those scoring up, and in the testing and in the qualifying, if they're going to hit those marks. 30 seconds.
So, lane number 1, Andrew Tate in the 91, Goodman Real Estate. Lane number 2 will be Dylan Runny in the 1, Miss Home Street. Corey Peabody in the 9, Beacon Plumbing.
15.
In lane number 3, J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. The 8 in lane number 4 as they come
10.
out of turn
7,
number 4.
6,
Buffalo Brothers
5,
on to the
4,
front stretch.
3, 2, 1, mark.
It is a clean start, and the speed is on the outside with J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric, heading down to turn number 1 for All Doors Incorporated. It is a legal start.
Yeah,
it is a legal start.
Coming down here 4 wide. J. Michael Kelly really flying the U8, the Beacon Electric. He's got the lead on the outside, but he's got a lot of speed off to his left.
4 boats right next to each other. It looks like the number 1 has the lead right now with Beacon Plumbing and Corey Peabody in second as they come around turn number 2.
Yeah, it is. Nice run by Peabody in first place, heading up the backstretch, the home street with Runny in second place. It'll be a shorter course for Runny. The question is, what will happen with Tate on the inside? Can he catch up as they dive into White's Finished Furniture, turn number 3, and come around to Buffalo Brothers, turn number 4? The leader is going to be the home street at the exit pin with Dylan Runny. Way on the outside, falling back a little bit off the pace is J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. Here comes your race across start finish. Peabody on the outside, gaining on Runny in the home street on the inside.
It is Runny on the inside. It is Peabody on the outside. And they are side by side as they get to the entrance pin in the corner. They are dead even. Runny on the inside of Corey Peabody, AJ.
Looks like Peabody's got a slight edge, but then...
Ooh, they touched.
Oh, whoa.
They touched.
Look at that. Peabody a slight edge on the outside as they touch on the corner.
They did touch in Tire Factory turn number 2. Peabody's going to pull ahead. Runny's falling back about a half a rooster tail. Goodman's trying to gain on the inside in the 91. The Goodman Real Estate boat with Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate had a terrific turn 4 to stay just inside the buoy marker. He was lost in everybody's rooster tail, but don't count him out. The big G on the inside is still a playa.
Yeah, your race leader is Peabody in the Beacon Plumbing coming across start-finish line.
The U1 needs to run an extra lap.
So the home street needs to run an extra lap. We'll have more details on that. Also hearing the 9 might. Okay, more details coming up. Race leaders Peabody as they come into Tire Factory turn number 2.
The U9 and Peabody way out front, probably 3/4 of a rooster tail right now. Of course, the home street is back down a lap, and then coming in second place is the 8 teammate with the Beacon Electric and J. Michael Kelly.
Yeah, it looks like a parade right now with a rooster tail lead for each boat over the next behind them. In the lead is Peabody. Then you've got Runny, followed by J. Michael Kelly and Andrew Tate as they come to the top turns. White's Finished Furniture into Buffalo Brothers turn number 4 at the exit pin. The final lap, checkered flag is out. Peabody is going to take the checkered flag in the Beacon Plumbing. Second place on the race course is the 1 home street with Dylan Runny. Third place, look at this, J. Michael Kelly able to get around Andrew Tate in the Goodman Real Estate boat.
Well, that race had a little bit of everything.
Yes. And interesting to see what judges may do about lap number 2 and the boats that touched right over at Tire Factory turn number 2.
And the home street still going around turn 2.
Guys, you have said they touched. Who touched?
Oh, it was Peabody and Runny.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, we didn't know who had done that. So, but there's no precautionary extra lap for Corey Peabody. That is going to be for.
There is.
Well, he didn't take one.
No, it's going to be the 1 Runny with the extra lap.
Okay, yeah, because Corey's already back to the dock.
Yep, you're right, Brad.
Extra precautionary lap, yes.
And from what we could see, it may have been Runny that moved out a little bit.
Well, clearly that's what I would think that's what the officials are thinking, and had there been any question about it, they would have had them both run the extra lap. So I think the fact that Corey was not told to run an extra lap is probably indicative of where they think a possible problem might have been. Corey Peabody, you've been racing.
Yeah, it was a hell of a heat, I'll tell you that right there. It was I thought those guys were early, the 2 Madison boats, but you know they're all right, but I mean, we had one hell of a heat. I'll tell you that. That's
fun
for the books. Dylan Runny drove a hell of a race. That was great. We got super close a couple times in this turn down here. What a good time.
Our guys called it that you hit. From your perspective, did you impact the home street or vice versa?
I don't think we actually hit. It was super close. I even radioed to my radio guy. I'm like, we're really close, you know, but I don't think we actually touched. But I mean, if we didn't, it was really close. But what a heat.
Well, that was the first thing I checked when I came down the dock. I was looking for a mark on the side of your boat. I didn't see one.
I didn't see one either. I didn't feel it. You know, what a run by Dylan. You know, all these guys. Damn.
And I know you can't hear it, But we've had this long wait to get this racing on the water today. The crowd up and down the shoreline was going nuts. They were screaming. It was awesome.
I mean, I'm glad we got to put on a good show. We knew this heat was going to be the one that people wanted to see. It's tough on us as racers, you know. You get to stack the best 4 boats together, but that's great for the fans, you know. So that's a great thing. What a heat! I can't stop saying it. You know, it's what a good time.
It was a great show for the fans. You did a terrific job. I want to see that about 5 more times. I don't know if you can handle it, but we're ready. It was great.
I enjoyed myself a lot. So we'll go to the tech truck, make sure it's legal. I mean, that's what it comes down to, always making sure you're legal. But what a really great heat.
And you had a lot of fun.
I had a blast. You know, what a good time. That's what racing's all about. So let's hope we get the 400 points, and we'll go from there.
Corey Peabody, our winner on the water of our Heat 1A, and I think it was a heck of a heat. I heard that once.
Yeah, it was a heck of a heat. That's right. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
All right, Corey Peabody.
Dustin Eccles, the 40 flavor pack out first.
AJ,
Yeah.
got a question for you.
Okay.
Are you ready for the final heat come tomorrow afternoon? Because you're going to have 6 of them coming side by
Yes,
side.
I am overly ready for that.
Buckle
to answer
up,
your
buddy.
question.
Jamie Nielsen in the 11, Trust Company Legend Yacht Transport. Heading up the backstretch, the Griggs backstretch in lane number 1, up to White's Finished Furniture and Hardwoods, turn number 3. And he's got a pretty darn near full throttle on it.
Here comes our 2 red boats. Griggs presents Miss Ace Hardware away from the dock with Jimmy King. Here comes his son, coming with him, Bobby King, coming away from the dock now. He spools up the Lycoming turbine engine on the U12, the Graham Trucking. Got a whole lot of red headed your way. Got a whole lot of chartreuse and yellow up at the top end, Michael.
And across the Mosteller start-finish line on the front stretch is Nielsen in the 11.
Interesting
Just
for
at the exit pit of turn number 4 of the flavor pack.
for the photo opportunity and for, you know, documenting it. Hydroplane racing history. The Kings, Pocket Kings coming out together. And I thought it was interesting that all of the boats were out on the course starting to shore up in one way, shape, or form at the 5-minute mark. Both the Kings didn't come out till there was under 4, more like about 3:30 on the clock. Gamesmanship or just, you know, a different tack, I guess.
It's just a different tack, you know. You don't want to use the same start procedure every single time. Mix
Right.
it up. The other piece to that puzzle is if you have got a really slick move, don't play it in Heat 1B. Save that for tomorrow afternoon about 4:30.
Great point.
So down to the lower end of the race course, Dustin Eccles with the flavor pack. He goes through in about lane number 3 right in front of AJ.
No takers on the ESCO electric infield. Heat 1B, thanks to Par Lumber. News Radio 610 KONA and 610KONA.com.
2:30 mark.
It's the piston-powered Griggs boat. Jimmy King across the Mosteller start-finish line.
I'm kind of pulling for the piston power. I got to be honest with you. I know I'm supposed to stay neutral, but I just want him to be competitive, stay in it, and have a good showing. I mean, the fans just absolutely love the piston power, the popularity, the populist.
So who's got the best position right now?
Oh, we've got a taker across the ESCO electric infield.
You know, everybody.
It's the Florida, it's the flavor pack, Dustin Eccles.
Yeah, and here goes Jamie Nielsen. And
Well,
this is
yeah.
a legal maneuver where he's doing it. He has to cut on the Grand Prix race course. That is a legal maneuver. Who is in the best position right now? You can't tell because there's so many different variables and so many different things you can do. And a lot's going to change in the next 1:35 is coming up right now. You don't want, I always say you don't want to be down at this end of the race course at 1:30. and
Nielsen
it
jumps across the ESCO electric infield to the front stretch.
Oh, I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, we got less than 1:30.
Oh, the Griggs boat continues around the top end of the course.
Oh, there's no way they're going to make it back in time.
Minute 20, yeah, he can.
He's taking it really wide. He can speed up. He can get there.
Keep an eye on Dustin Eccles with 1:12 right in front of you, AJ. He
There
can
he
sit
is.
lane 1 and take it if he wants it.
Flavor pack is in lane 1 right now.
Keep an eye on the piston boat. He may cut the race course down here. He's got to go around the GP course to do it.
Here comes Nielsen. He's flying, trying to catch up.
And I'm not sure.
Why is Jimmy going all the way down?
Yeah, he is, but he does this before. He'll keep the speed up and he keeps the RPM. He'll be there. Don't you worry.
All right.
35 seconds. Take him, Michael, up the back chute.
He's got his timing mark. He knows where he's at on the Columbia River. in the Griggs boat with 39 seconds to the start of Heat 1B from Par Lumber. On the inside, you've got the flavor pack with Dustin Eccles. Nielsen in lane number 2.
30 seconds.
Bobby King in the Graham Trucking 12 is way on the outside, and he'll have to be behind the trailer boat as a rookie. Now you've got Jimmy King, who will pull up in lane number 3 in the Griggs Ace Hardware U3. They are up to the top end of the course and to Buffalo Brothers exit pin for turn number 4.
10.
Eccles, lane number 1. Nielsen in lane number 2. A hard charging, but way behind is the 3 with Jimmy King. He's way off the start.
Great start.
Ooh, that was really close for Jamie Nielsen. He's got the boat speed and the lead in Par Lumber Heat 1B. Heading down to turn number 1 for All Doors Incorporated. It is a legal start.
AJ coming right to you. Jamie Nielsen on the outside.
Jamie Nielsen in the U11, bouncing a little bit. Ooh, he just kind of popped over. Looks like that Eccles managed to catch up a little bit on corner number 2.
Tire Factory turn number 2. Eccles made a move in the flavor pack.
U3 is going back to the pit area.
It didn't sound right from the get-go, and I think that's maybe why Jimmy King moved way outside in the milling period. So the race leaders are at the top end of the course into White's Finished Furniture and Hardwoods turn number 3. On the inside, Eccles in the 40 flavor pack trying to catch up with Nielsen in lane number 2. A really nice turn by Nielsen, and look at the Legend Yacht Transport 11 come down the front stretch for the completion of lap number 1. He's flying it out of the water. Trying to catch up on the inside. Can Dustin Eccles make a move in lap number 2? Yeah. He gets to All Doors Incorporated, turn number 1.
Legend Yacht Transport presented by the Trust Company. Jamie Nielsen's got to get down here first, but Flavor Pack has got the late position on the inside. He's back about 7 boat lengths, AJ.
The U11 coming around the corner in first place. Nielsen looking great. Eccles still about 3/4 of a rooster tail behind, but trying to get up there, trying to catch up.
Yeah, that flavor pack seemed to lose more speed than Eccles did on the outside.
So
that inside lane can get awfully lumpy.
And when he nailed that start, all he did was continue to push, but he cannot shake the competition fully just yet.
Watch Eccles. He's been gaining on the Griggs backstretch as they go into the White's Furniture. Turn number 3 to Buffalo Brothers. Turn number 4, it's still Nielsen out in front, and that water is a little bit bumpy. Oh, major adjustment just to get around the exit pin of the Buffalo Brothers. Turn number 4 for the flavor pack boat. Nielsen with over a rooster tail lead now at the completion of lap number 2. Heading down the front stretch to All Doors Incorporated. Turn number 1.
Yeah, Dustin Eccles just moved to the outside. Jamie Nielsen was just pinning Dustin Eccles on that inside lane. He couldn't do anything, and now he's got almost 2 rooster tails. Nielsen right to AJ.
Nielsen in first by almost 2 rooster tails, looking amazing. He's going to definitely, as long as nothing happens, looks like he's sailing. Then we got, of course, Eccles screaming by in second, and then third place, Bobby King coming in as the trail boat.
Yeah, that's going to be big points, Dave, for the third place.
Absolutely, with the points.
So back up to the top end of the course, off of the Griggs backstretch into the White's Finished Furniture and Hardwoods, turn number 3. Jamie Nielsen on the 2.5-mile super speedway. Into Buffalo Brothers, turn number 4. Holding the buoy line pretty close as he gets to the exit pin onto the front stretch. The checkered flag is out. And your winner for Heat 1B, Par Lumber, Jamie Nielsen. Legend Yacht Transport presents the Trust Company. Second place for the flavor pack with Dustin Eccles in the 40. Bobby King staying way outside in the Graham Trucking number 12, just at the exit pin now, and onto the front stretch will take third place points. Unfortunately, for the fan favorite piston-powered U3 Griggs Ace Hardware, Jimmy King did not finish.
Mr. Nielsen, sir, you've been racing. That was fun.
Oh, that was a race for sure, man. That was everything we had to keep Dustin behind us. And man, he drove a great race. Anytime you can beat a boat like that, you know we're doing something good. But you know, this U11 Legend Yacht Transport, presented by the Trust Company, this team's giving me a great boat. All the work they put in this weekend testing, I think it shows that we found a combination that can hang with these guys.
From my perspective, I've never been in one of these things, but from my perspective, you had him on the inside and you just pinned him in lane 1 legally.
The best I could legally. I mean, Dustin's a true gentleman racer, and I would expect nothing less from him, and I want to give him the same courtesy out there. So, especially first heat of the weekend, you don't want to build any enemies out there. So Dustin's a great guy. It's a great race. Hope the fans enjoyed it just as much as we did, because I think we're both hanging out there just about as much as we could.
As we saw in the first heat, which was great competition, the fans up the beach were hooting and hollering. This was really, really good racing. And as far as pinning him on the inside lane, at the beginning of the third lap, he finally said, all right, I'm done. He moved outside. That had to feel good.
Oh, that was music to my ears to hear those words. But man, what a great crowd today. Went down, visited all those fans down there in that Trust Company VIP tent. I could almost hear you out there. You guys were so loud. So love being out here, love Tri-Cities, and looking for the rest of the weekend.
Well, we're looking forward to watching you the rest of the weekend. And the boat appears to all be in one piece. And isn't that a nice Saturday night for your crew?
Oh, that's a relief for sure.
Go get some more water, relax, have a good evening, and do me one favor. Would you please come back and do this again tomorrow?
You got it, Brad. Thanks.
Jamie Nielsen, driver of the U11, the Legend Yacht Transport, presented by the Trust Company.
Is Jimmy King going to answer the call?
Yeah, he's going to answer the call. They're just sitting down there and they're right below us. They still have the lid up. Crew members are reaching over the top of the cockpit, talking to Jimmy in there. Nobody's rushing. They've got plenty of time, as we're still at 3:45 until our start.
Thank you, Brad. Cutting across the ESCO Electric infield, it'll be the Goodman with Tate to the front stretch, and the Nielsen in the Legends Trust Company, Legend Yacht Transport.
Gamesmanship there as they're cutting the infield, not so fast.
Yeah, that's really interesting, guys, because back east in Guntersville and in Madison, that's what Jamie Nielsen was doing. He was running up the backstretch, and then he was cutting across the race course and putting himself on that inside lane. This time, Andrew Tate said, no, thank you. I'm going to turn inside of you, and albeit early, as you hear the Griggs Presents Ace Hardware come away from the dock right below us, it is Andrew Tate down here on the inside. He's got Jamie outside of him. Here comes the 3.
3 minutes.
And coming down the front straightaway is Dustin Eccles in the flavor pack. And as I said this morning, I do expect Dustin Eccles to put the flavor pack in an outside lane.
Andrew Tate going by in the Gold G. Nielsen right behind, and here comes Mr. King in the Ace, Griggs Ace 3. Oh,
And
the flavor pack coming by now, too. I still love the look of that boat. That is a beautiful boat.
2.5.
Jimmy King on the outside. He's putting the throttle down on that new Bullet. New engine, new Allison.
It sounds more like it should. Like you said, Mike, yesterday, you knew coming down the front stretch here that it just didn't sound right.
He moved way outside during the milling period, and it did not sound at all like it should.
That piston power, you can hear it in the corner. That's kind of why... Yeah, that's what we're expecting.
Look we've got another cross of the ESCO Electric infield. This time it'll be the 40 flavor pack. Dustin Eccles onto the front stretch. Jimmy King a little bit close to Eccles as they come down the front stretch.
And like you said...
Pretty good squirt coming down here. He was on the far outside.
And Brad, you were saying 130, 135 is the mark. You do not want to be on the low end of the course at 135, right?
Yeah, 130. That's my little unofficial mark here. I don't like it. It's 130 right now, and he is at the entrance pin to the corner. Look to see if he doesn't put his foot in it and either give it a squirt and cut the race course or go way wide. Now he's going wide, trying to scruff off some time.
Way early on the backstretch for Jimmy King.
Jimmy King will cut the race course, I would assume. Here comes the 2 guys in good position, which is Andrew Tate sitting on an inside lane with Jamie Nielsen right outside of him.
But he has to mind the 1-minute rule, which he's just outside of as he comes across the ESCO infield, ESCO Electric.
That's a really good call, Michael. I would say that was a legal maneuver on the clock. Look for him to cut the course down here.
He dove in at 102 and came out at 58.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's okay. Look for him to cut the course down here at the lower end. He did not yesterday, and he ended up way behind everybody. There he goes. You got him, Michael, with 40 seconds.
Yeah, on the inside, Tate in the Goodman Real Estate. Oh, way up at the top end of the course. It's the flavor pack. I didn't even see Dustin Eccles way up there with 28 seconds. So Eccles will be in lane 1. Goodman Real Estate lane 2. It'll be Legends Yacht Transport Trust Company in lane 3. Jimmy King will be in the outside in lane number 4.
15.
Eccles gets the inside lane. He's early. He will not have a lot of boat speed coming down the front stretch. Nielsen's in 3. Goodman Real Estate in lane 2. Jimmy King on the outside in lane number 4.
3, 2, 1. Mark.
Man, that looked early. Nielsen looked like he may have been early.
He was a little
As they come
early.
down the front stretch, Jamie Nielsen is going to be leading into turn number 1 for Aldors. The start is under review.
Coming to you, A.J. Nielsen on the outside.
Nielsen's in the lead, but we still got to see the start. Now coming up in second and
It's a
third
legal
place.
start.
It's legal.
It's legal. We have the Flavor Pack in number 2, and then looks like Andrew Tate just inching after corner 2 to take second place.
Yeah, that race is for second place. My goodness, what fun.
He nailed that start.
Jamie Nielsen, it looked early from here. Wow. Heat 2A from CO Energy. Now the boats on the outside are starting to catch Nielsen.
We got us 3 boats coming deck to deck around the corner, Mike.
Boats on the inside, excuse me. Nielsen's on the outside. Yeah, exit pin at Buffalo Brothers, turn number 4. We've got 3 boats together, and there's Jimmy King. We can see way on the outside. Nielsen, he's got great speed off the exit pin, down to the Mosteller start-finish line, down to Aldors, turn number 1.
Andrew Tate is making a move on the inside. But Tater is going to pull up alongside Nielsen. He's a boat length back with the lane position on the inside. AJ 3 wide.
Coming into corner 2, Nielsen barely holding on to the lead with Tate coming in right in second. And then, of course, the Flavor Pack in third. Mr. King coming in fourth, but making a run on the outside.
The boats are so close together. This is the best racing we've seen on the Columbia River. Jamie Nielsen with the lead. Andrew Tate is in second place. Falling back, Eccles. And it may be Jimmy King that will take over third place on the outside from Eccles. They are really close out there as we get to the top end of the course. It's Tate on the inside and the Goodman Real Estate. Nielsen, Legend Yacht Transport and Trust Company on the outside. As they get to the exit pin, they are deck to deck. Nielsen is going to start to pull away a little bit. No, it's going to be Tate. Tate with the boat speed to the Mosteller start-finish line, the completion of lap number 2.
Tate put his foot in the gas. Coming down to you, Brad.
Yeah, they are coming down still side by side, about a boat length or 2 between them. But this time it's Tate by 2 boat lengths at the exit pin. Keep an eye on Jimmy King driving a 3 hard on the outside.
Andrew Tate coming around in first place and second. Nielsen right behind him coming in strong. And Mr. King coming in third on the outside. Flavor Pack coming in fourth. Looking good, but lost some speed in turn 2.
Nielsen's going to have a tough time regaining the lead because Tate has run away with it at the exit pin of turn number 4 at the end of lap number 2. Coming out of that Buffalo Brothers turn into the White's Finished Furniture and Hardwoods turn 3. Tate in the Goodman Real Estate 91 to the exit pin of turn number 4 for Buffalo Brothers onto the front stretch. He's got a half a rooster tail, now a full rooster tail lead over Jamie Nielsen.
And it seems like there's a lot of rough water in lane 1. Everybody's popping outside to try to get a smoother boat ride.
Your winner, Andrew Tate. Wow. In the 91 Goodman Real Estate.
Did you see that one coming?
Jamie Nielsen comes in second. Jimmy King will finish third, and Dustin Eccles a 4th place finish in the Flavor Pack. Wow.
I'm doing real good. How are you doing? You got it out front, but that Nielsen kid's for real.
Yeah, he had a good start on the outside with some boat speed there. He did a great job too. 2 lanes in there, just enough, and it was a fun race. I had a good time.
You got a in it? Is that what we're hearing from you today?
Something like that. Yeah, we changed something every time we've gone out, but that was the best the U91 Goodman Real Estate's felt here probably since we started making some real progress in Guntersville. So we're trending in the right direction, and that's all we can ask for. You know, we like I said, we're changing something every time we get in the boat, and that was the best so far. So we're doing something right.
You're doing a lot right. We've been watching the flag up there on top of the bridge. Water conditions and the wind. Is it okay? Raceable?
Yeah, honestly, it was better than a couple laps into testing, which was surprising to me. But I don't know, maybe you just get lost in the competitiveness of racing. You just go as fast as the boat will take you and look at the water in front of you, and whatever's waiting for you is there.
You having a good time?
I'm having a good time. I'm having fun. It's a good start to the day.
Keep it going. Andrew Tate, winner on the water of our Heat 2A, the Goodman Real Estate U91. Andrew, thank you very, very much. And at the dock, we are awaiting Bobby King in the U12. They're just now tipping the nose of that boat out toward the river. So, AJ, you got 3 of the 4.
J. Michael Kelly in the red, Beacon Electric in first, and then, of course, probably the favorite for this run, I would say Peabody. Nobody's been able to solve the Peabody problem, like Brad said earlier. Third place, moving in right after that, is, of course, the U1 with Dylan Runny and with the home street. What a great day for racing. It seems like the wind has died down a little bit, too. So,
agreed. Now, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but if Bobby King comes through and
Esco Electric incursion into the infield. Sorry, Kurt, but the Beacon Electric making a short course around with J. Michael Kelly to the front stretch.
I want to make sure I got this straight. If Bobby King completes this heat, then it'll be the official's call whether or not he can come back from a trailer boat in subsequent races over the course of the weekend. Is that right?
That is correct, and he is away from the dock. He's headed over to AJ right now as we are 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Corey Peabody in the Beacon Plumbing also went through the Esco Electric infield. As the home street with Dylan Runny comes across the Mosteller start-finish line now. J. Michael Kelly, Tire Factory turn number 2. Then you've got the 12, Graham Trucking at Tire Factory turn 2 now.
It's just so interesting that Jamie Nielsen amazing start, all for naught.
You wonder where that may have occurred, you know, where the timing was.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure the data will point that out, and I'm sure they'll
doubt.
take a look at it for
Yeah,
sure.
they know.
Yeah.
Reminding our fans on the shoreline here that when our boats come out of the pit area, they do not know what lane they will be driving this heat in. That is part of the allure of the 5-minute period, the race before the race. These guys are out there trying to out-finagle the other one, if you will, for their predetermined in their mind lane they would like to have, but they are not assigned. They are still jockeying for that position as we come up on 210. I would expect everybody to go around the top end of the race course, then come down here to the bottom and around one more time. I'm not sure we're going to see anybody cut the race course from where they are right now.
2 minutes. The only boat that knows where he will be on the race course is the 12 on the outside. For now, Graham Trucking with Bobby King. Setting up on the inside will be the Beacon Electric, Beacon Plumbing in 2, Home Street in 3 as they come on what is a great photo opportunity down the front stretch.
This is a nice strategy, I think. You've got those 3 boats basically banking on the timing.
Minute 30.
If they hit the line all at the same time, that could be some sweet deck-to-deck action into turn 1.
Looks like J. Michael Kelly's going to hold on to lane 1. Corey Peabody in 2. Dylan Runny in 3. On the outside will be Graham Trucking. 5 seconds back with Bobby King.
And I like the timing a whole lot better this time. They're headed over to AJ with 110 till our start. AJ?
They are looking good, lining up. J. Michael Kelly, that's got to be scary for everybody having J. Michael Kelly in the first lane, actually, to tell you the truth. Then it looks like it's funny. Bobby King, even though he's on the outside, almost moved into second, but he's way out on the outside lane. And then, of course, you got Peabody and then the home street and Dylan Runny.
How does Bobby King know to be 5 seconds behind? Is it the classic one Mississippi? You know, like you used to in touch football if you were to rush a quarterback?
You set your watch that way.
Okay.
That's a good point, Brett.
Yeah, you set your watch
the
5 minutes slow, or 5 seconds slow.
Okay.
And that way you still know your timing marks.
Right.
When you do get to
So you
dial
can-
it up and be on the front line.
So you can still work on that timing mark, just knowing that it's set 5 seconds. That's cool.
Setting up J. Michael Kelly in the 8, Beacon Electric in lane number 1.
20 seconds.
Lane number 2, Corey Peabody.
15.
In the 9, Beacon Plumbing. It'll be Dylan Runny in the 1, Home Street. In lane number 3. On the outside, 5 seconds back, Bobby King in the 12, Graham Trucking. 4, 3, 2, 1. It is a clean start. The boat speed's on the outside with the Home Street as they come down the front stretch.
Boy, they are tucked together. 3 wide getting down here. Fly on the right side spots. And is J. Michael Kelly going to get down here dead even with teammate Corey Peabody? But Runny's only a boat length back, AJ.
It looks like J. Michael Kelly's holding the lead in turn 2, but Peabody just takes the lead coming through turn 2, and then the home street tight in behind, but still at third coming up.
Look at that turn number 2 for Tire Factory. Corey Peabody taking the lead away from the inside boat, J. Michael Kelly. Coming down the back stretch. It's the Peabody entry in second lane, and he'll dive into White's Finished Furniture Hardwood's turn number 3 with the lead, but on the inside, J. Michael Kelly has the short course around to the exit pin of Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. It's still Peabody with the lead. Peeking on the outside now. That was a really nice turn at the top end of the course for the home street. Falling back in lane number 1 just a bit is J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. Peabody has the lead. This is going to be a tight one into All Doors turn number 1.
Corey Peabody still going to with almost the full rooster tail on Ruddy, but his teammate J. Michael Kelly is on the inside lane about 5 boat lengths back, AJ.
Looking really good. Peabody in first and keeping J. Michael Kelly pinned to the inside of Tire Factory turn number 2. The home street and Runny coming in probably almost 1 full rooster length behind in 3rd place. And then, of course, Bobby King coming in 5 seconds behind in 4th.
Watch J. Michael Kelly.
He got pinched a little bit in turn 4 on the last lap.
J. Michael Kelly gaining on Peabody as they dive into White's Finished Furniture turn number 3. Trying to pull even at the apex into the Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. But it's still Peabody with great momentum. Oh, a big hop out of the water that time for the Beacon Electric with J. Michael Kelly hitting a little rough water at the exit pit of Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. It's Peabody with the lead by a half a rooster tail as they head down for the final lap.
Yeah, on the left side rear view mirror of Corey Peabody, his teammate J. Michael Kelly, who does not want to go away. He's still back by only about 5 boat lengths. If there's a mistake on Peabody, Kelly's going to be there to advance, AJ.
Bouncing and bobbing through corner number 2, the Tire Factory turn to corner number 2. Peabody in first place. J. Michael Kelly trying to catch up, coming in behind, and the home street and Runny in 3rd.
It's a final opportunity on the inside for J. Michael Kelly, trying to reel in his teammate Corey Peabody. It's Electric on the inside, Plumbing on the outside. As they head into White's Furniture turn number 3, can J. Michael Kelly reel him in? At the apex, it looks pretty close as they get to Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. It's still Peabody in the lead and a little bit of rough water and a bobble for the Beacon Electric with J. Michael Kelly. Peabody's holding on to the lead onto the front stretch, and he will take the checkered flag for CO Energy Heat 2B. Second place will be the Beacon Electric with J. Michael Kelly, and a 3rd place finish for the one home street with Dylan Runny. Great racing. Lane number 2 gets the win.
The freaking with Beacon. Electric, plumbing, it's a beautiful thing.
Lane 2, that's been probably the best lane all weekend so far, hasn't it?
And now that Bobby King has completed his laps, let's hope the race official allows him up on the line as we move forward this championship Sunday.
All right, Corey, it's been a great weekend so far.
Yeah, it's been a good one. That was a great heat race, great win for us. Good position for the Beacon Electric boat 2-8, getting those 300 points. We need him to keep getting some points. Just happy for everybody and happy to be here.
There was some rough water out there in some of the places. You had to fight in one of the turns.
Yeah, it's really rough out there. Some really weird cross rollers going on, so I was heavy on the canard. Just really weird. Once I was out front, I on and off the throttle a ton just to keep safe, but happy to get the 400 points. We needed them, and happy for my teammate to get a second. So going to go back to the truck, see what we can do, and we'll go from there.
And it's a good weekend, too, for your teammates. I mean, the entire racing team, it's fantastic for the two of you.
Yeah, it's great. You know, right now we're both in a points battle, you know, and we need him to score as many points as he can, and myself as well. So it'd be really nice to get us in separate heats. You know, we need that for the big picture thing. So we'll see what happens in this next draw, and hopefully we're in separate heats, but you never know.
One final thing, I think you guys push each other, don't you?
Well, we make each other better, so I learned from him, and look where we are today. So I'm happy to be here, happy to have Beacon Plumbing and Beacon Electric on our side, and proud to be a part of Soaring Racing.
All right, congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Jamie Nielsen, the closest to us. Then it's the Flavor Pack with Dustin Eccles. Then it's J. Michael Kelly, who pops out in the Beacon Electric, and right behind him, Corey Peabody in the Beacon Plumbing. 4 boats now. Here's a good sight. AJ, what do you think of that?
Oh, man, what a sight. So beautiful coming down to turn 2, Tire Factory turn 2. We got the red boat, J. Michael Kelly with the U8, followed by his teammate, the white, with Peabody, of course, and then I think it's green, personally. A lot of people think it's yellow.
I agree.
The green and blue with Nielsen, and then Eccles following behind with a beautiful flavor pack. Now, the reason why, too, look at the flavor pack and then look at Nielsen's boat. And with the yellow and the flavor pack, it definitely makes Nielsen's boat look even more green.
It's so green.
Guys, I hate to tell you this, but the colorblind guy's going to straighten this out. That boat is chartreuse.
It's a shade of green.
Come on, man. You're confusing me. Knock it off.
And everybody's going, oh, well, you put the two boats close together in the pit area, and you can really see the difference in the color. And I'm going, really?
Yeah, we've got an incursion in the DMZ, the Esco Electric DMZ. Nielsen will come through, and J. Michael Kelly will come through.
But that was a legal cut, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you mentioned DMZ. I'm going, whoa.
No, they're good.
Okay.
It's the infield, brought to you by Esco Electric. Perfectly legal.
320 until the start. Yes, that chartreuse royal blue with red accents, U11. Jamie Nielsen coming down the front straightaway here in lane number 1. Now on the far outside. Now this is what I expected Dustin Eccles to do in the last heat. He's been in lane 1 twice. It hasn't necessarily worked out for him. I think this time he's going to stick wide. Now, I don't know if we're going to really see any of these boats move. Still got time to kill. We just ticked inside 3 minutes. AJ got him right in front of you.
Eccles just came by in first. Now, he's kind of curving over a little bit. I don't know if he's looking to claim a lane. And then, of course, you got Nielsen, followed by J. Michael Kelly, and then Peabody, who nobody's been able to beat so far this season. Coming down the backstretch, man, that's a beautiful sight.
My money's on Eccles doing the outside boogie, because I swear he was doing a timing run toward the start.
He's going through the Esco Electric infield to the front stretch.
All right, well, the last time he came down and around, he was definitely doing a timing run to the start-finish line. So maybe he's got something in his hip pocket. We'll see what happens at the start-finish.
2 minutes and 15 seconds to the start of 3A from Trust Company. The other 3 boats will go into White's Finished Furniture and Hardwoods turn number 3 and Buffalo Brothers turn number 4.
2 minutes coming up, and Brad, you're saying you want to be at the bottom end about 1:35. Is that correct?
No, you do not want to be down here before 1:30.
Okay.
You'd like to be down here about 1:15, 1:20.
All right, well, there's 150, and they're all kind of slowing down. We saw this earlier as well. Maybe everybody's going to stay in the pack and sort of feed off one another and hit the start-finish line at the same time. What do you think?
Yeah, here comes Dustin. He's going to come back across and join these 3. Right now it's Jamie Nielsen in 1. It is J. Michael Kelly in 2. It is Corey Peabody in 3. Watch Dustin. He will come down and slot into the outside lane, lane 4. We'll call it. Love the timing they've got right now. So, guys, here it is. They're going to get to the entrance pin. Jamie's there at 1:17. This is perfect timing. Don't worry about Dustin Eccles on the outside. He can wind it up. He can catch him. AJ, bring him through.
Nielsen coming in the first lane, the beautiful blue and green in first place.
1 minute.
Followed
1
by
minute.
J. Michael Kelly in second in the bright red, and then, of course, his teammate Peabody in the white boat, and then, of course, Eccles coming in the yellow and blue flavor pack, catching up really quick to take that 4th lane.
Nielsen in 1. J. Michael Kelly 2, Peabody lane 3. On the outside, Eccles in lane number 4 as they come up the backstretch with 37 seconds to the start of the Trust Company Heat 3A.
This should be fun. Somebody's got a score-up buoy going, okay, I'm going to hit it at this mark. Watch this.
Watch Jamie Nielsen. He has been nailing the start.
There
On
at that
the-
entrance, 22. I like it.
Yeah, and on the outside, look at Eccles. He's got foot in the throttle now as he comes to the exit pin of turn number 4. He's way on the outside. There's Nielsen just off the exit pin. J. Michael Kelly on his hip, then Peabody, then Eccles.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's really close.
Look good, though.
Yeah, Nielsen's on the inside, but it's Peabody with a boat speed in lane number 3 as they come down the front stretch. J. Michael Kelly's in the hallway. It's a legal start.
It's a legal start. Nielsen gets down here dead even with Corey Peabody in the tunnel. J. Michael Kelly, but he's not back very far. AJ!
Nielsen coming around the corner in first in blue and green with Peabody in second, and then J. Michael Kelly, his teammate. Ooh, Peabody looks like he's catching up on the outside as they come down the backstretch.
J. Michael Kelly hit some really rough water in the tunnel, but held on to it. Boy, it looked like he was getting loose in there. Jamie Nielsen is back about 3 boat lengths. Peabody's got the lead. Nielsen's going to, though, catch him as they head into turn number 3 for White's Furniture. Top end of the course, Nielsen on the inside. On the outside, it's Peabody in lane number 3. Then we start to see J. Michael Kelly in between, in the hallway right there as they all come to the exit pin. Eccles is back in 4th place, just off the turn now. Across the start-finish line, it is Peabody. Look at that Beacon Plumbing go. 2nd place, J. Michael Kelly's going to take it away from Jamie Nielsen.
Corey Peabody in the Beacon Plumbing U9 from lane 3, driving everybody clean, getting it down here first, but it's J. Michael Kelly just off to his left, and then it's Nielsen, still really tight, AJ.
Look at Peabody coming out front, really screaming through turn number 2, Tire Factory, and then, of course, looks like J. Michael Kelly holding on to 2nd place. Man, what a great race.
Eccles had a great turn through All Doors Incorporated turn number 1, Tire Factory turn number 2. He may be able to catch up with Jamie Nielsen. The race leaders, Peabody, as they head to White's Furniture turn number 3. 2nd place, J. Michael Kelly. 3rd, Jamie Nielsen.
You got to give it to Peabody. He gave his teammate room coming out of turn 2. He went extra wide and then cut it up to give him some room on that inside for his teammate.
Does Jamie Nielsen have enough to catch J. Michael Kelly? He did at the exit pin, but look at J. Mike pull away in 2nd place. Peabody, the race leader, already down the front stretch, heading into All Doors turn number 1.
Races for
Peabody's
2nd.
coming down here with a full Rooster Tail lead on teammate J. Michael Kelly, but Kelly is worried about his left side rearview mirror because that's where Jamie Nielsen is in the Legend Yacht Transport, AJ.
Corey Peabody in the white U9 in 1st place by an entire Rooster Tail. J. Michael Kelly, his teammate, 2nd place in red, coming in really close, trying to catch him. And then, of course, in 3rd. And then Flavor Pack coming into the back on 4th.
Looks like another Tri-City strong.
Peabody into turn number 3 for White's Furniture. Checkered flag is out to Buffalo Brothers turn number 4. Lane number 3 victory for Corey Peabody. How about that? J. Michael Kelly now to the exit pin. Nielsen's on the inside, but he can't catch him. Peabody, it's another win on the Columbia River course for Strong Racing. 2nd place will go to J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. 3rd place, Jamie Nielsen, Legend Yacht Transport Trust Company. And a 4th place finish for the Flavor Pack, Dustin Eccles in the 40.
Fun boat race, my friends.
Gentlemen, we have Corey Peabody. And Corey, hey, let's do it again, huh?
Yeah, it was a great heat for us. Happy to get that Beacon Plumbing boat some 400 points. If you know, in past tech, pretty sure we should be good, but you never know. Happy to be here, happy to be a part of this festival, and looking forward to the final.
It's a perfect weekend for you. I mean, everything's going your way.
Well, we're not done, so, you know, got to get in the tech truck and sit down, crunch some numbers, see what we got. Hopefully we can put something really special together for the final.
And you touch on that, you go back, you look at everything. What are some of the things you try and break down to look at to maybe be a little bit better?
Well, you just got to look at your fuels and your N2s and stuff like that. You know, it's going to get warmer, 5-lap race on the final. So you got to watch how your fuel's reacting to the heat and stuff like that. But, you know, let's get through this tech inspection first, then worry about the next one. But happy for Beacon Plumbing, happy for Beacon Electric, and it's going to be a heck of a final.
All right, we're looking forward to you. See you in about an hour.
All right, thank you.
And on the backstretch, Team Madison on the inside, Runny in the home street. You've got Tate in the Goodman Real Estate on the outside. And we will have a crossing of the infield, the ESCO electric infield, by both Madison boats. They did this previously.
Under 330.
Then here comes Daddy Jimmy King right around Tire Factory turn number 2.
And Bobby King headed right at you in the 12-gram trucking and Tire Factory turn 2.
This is going to be great seeing father and son battle it out right next to each other.
Lanes 3 and 4. Coming up on 3 minutes until the start of 3B.
So it looks like the teammates may have decided that it will be, oh, no, here cutting across is Andrew Tate in the Goodman Real Estate through the ESCO infield.
Just as you spoke.
I thought maybe he was going to let Runny have lane number 1, but maybe not.
Now, remember that conversation about teammates? And it was Andrew Tate who said, no, I wear gold and black. He wears blue and white. He doesn't like the term teammates. Well, he just jumped in front of him over there and said, if you want to jump inside of me, you're going to have to do something else other than what you're doing right now. 2:30 until the start. Here comes the Turbinator down the front straightaway.
Sounds good.
Yep, Jimmy King not running too very hard. Then at the top end of the race course, we'll watch him around and see just how far outside he wants to swing. But the key here is going to be, he's going to be on the outside, but Bobby King, is going to have an opportunity to run on the front row. So hopefully we get a good-looking four-boat start here.
Coming up on 2 minutes. 2 minutes, Mark.
And Bobby,
3B, the Trust Company.
and Bobby King is just passed the start-finish line with 2 minutes to go.
That's a tough spot to be, but he
It is.
is way to the outside. You can do the math and figure out at 80 miles an hour how far you will travel in 2 minutes, and it's further than 2.5 miles.
So he's going way wide.
He's going to go way wide anyway. And watch, his radio guy is going to say go out and paint those outside course markers. Honestly, he's not going quite as wide as I thought he would. He is in a tough spot right now.
Hey, fellas, listen to Jimmy King as he goes by, and listen to that boat and tell me if you think it sounds all right.
All right, meanwhile, we got the Madison boys coming down here. Andrew on the inside, Dylan just outside of him.
Buck
Still
10.
got-
Yeah, AJ, you got something there maybe on the Griggs.
Something's funny.
It doesn't sound quite right, but they're heading down into All-Doors turn number 1, and we're inside 1 minute. Inside 1 minute. Tana Morissette just letting us know all of these drivers came out of the HRL driving league.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to disagree a little bit. I thought Jimmy King sounded wonderful as he came down here in the Turbinator, 43 seconds.
Sounds
And
good
we-
around this corner. He sounded much better.
And Bobby King is way up there.
Yep, he's just entering turn number 3. White's Finished Furniture and Hardwoods now on the outside. So I think Jimmy King may be forced inside. On the inside, lane number 1, Andrew Tate, Goodman Real Estate. Lane number 2, Dylan Runny in the 1, Home Street.
15 seconds.
Lane number 3 will be Jimmy King in the piston-powered Griggs Ace Hardware 610 K1A boat. Lane number 4 on the outside, the 12, Graham Trucking with Bobby King.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Jimmy King looked early. The speed is on the inside with Tate, but right there with him in the home street is Dylan Runny as they go to All-Doors turn number 1.
Yeah, the 3 boats are going to get down there pretty quick. There's a lot of speed on the outside, that with Jimmy King. But the Madison boys are running 1-2 on the inside lane. Going to be Tate getting to the exit pin first.
Andrew Tate has the lead coming through turn 2, and man, the home street right on his heels at number 2, and then Jimmy King right on in third, number 3.
Under review is the start.
Yep. We do have a jump for the 3, and now we start to hear that piston-powered boat make the noise you don't want to hear, and he's lost power on the back stretch. Good call on the sound, AJ, earlier in the milling period. Off the exit pin, Buffalo Brothers turn number 4, Tate, Goodman Real Estate in second place. The leader now, Dylan Runny, as they come on the front stretch to complete lap number 1. It's Madison versus Madison, but they're not teammates on the water right now. They're running against each other really hard. Trying to gain on the inside, the Goodman Real Estate with Andrew Tate, heading into All-Doors turn number 1. Runny's with the lead.
You could, no, he doesn't have the lead. If he does, it's by a coat of paint. AJ, they're dead even.
Coming around turn 2, we got in first place Andrew Tate and the U91, the U1, the blue and white with Dylan Runny right behind him in second place. Coming up in third place, Bobby King trying to catch up.
Jimmy King, meanwhile, in the Griggs boat, looks to be inside the apex of turn number 3, White's Furniture, and out of the way. So that's certainly a good spot for him to be without power right now. Exit pin, the leader is Tate by almost a half a rooster tail as they come onto the front stretch. So Tate, they found the right engine, didn't they? They said they had a bigger bullet, and they're shooting it right now.
Yeah, they're shooting it right now, and it is responding. Andrew Tate, U91, Goodman Real Estate. I'll tell you what, Dylan Runny in the home street is not going to let him go, but Andrew Tate on an inside lane's got an absolutely gorgeous boat ride to the apex at AJ.
Look at the rooster tails coming around Tire Factory turn 2. It is Andrew Tate leading by almost a full rooster tail. The U1 and Dylan Runny trying to run him down the back stretch, but doesn't look like he's going to make it. Bobby King coming in third.
King at the exit pin at Tire Factory turn number 2, heading up the Griggs Ace Hardware backstretch. It is almost a Rooster Tail lead right now for Tate. Trying to reel him in, but he's going to be on the outside. Ronnie's got a long way to go to try to catch his teammate Tate in the Goodman Real Estate 91, and he won't be able to do it. At the exit pin out of the front stretch, your race leader, Andrew Tate, looking on the outside, though. Here comes a hard-charging Dylan Runny. He's flying the home street, but he's not going to catch Andrew Tate.
Wow.
He has an extra half a lap. That's a photo finish.
He almost had him.
And look at Bobby King representing. He was
Third
making
place finish for the Graham Trucking and Bobby King.
And he was making up a lot of ground as well. He had some to go, and I think he really put his foot into that last lap to see, okay, you know, it's the issue has been decided. Let's see what we got here.
Andrew Tate, that was quite the race, and Dylan Runny giving you props.
Yeah, that was pretty fun there with the kid. He did a good job. Thought he had me for a second.
Out there in the second lap, you were banging paint, as Brad said.
No, we didn't touch. It was clean. The whole thing was clean. It was just good old-fashioned racing. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was basically just the distance of the paint was about all it was. I mean, that's how close the race was.
Yeah, it was like I said, a great race. I mean, it's nice to go into the turn knowing that your lane's going to be there, someone you can trust. So it makes all the difference in the world.
What was the key? It was like about a 10-second time that you really took and had the Rooster Tail lead. What turned it for you?
Honestly, coming down this front chute, I think on the second lap, I don't know if he got a little out of shape or what, but we pulled him here at the end of the front chute going into turn 1 and was able to never look back. So we'll take it.
As far as the course, how's everything running?
Good. The wind has completely changed, almost 90 degrees since we ran this morning, so that makes it interesting, but it's going with the current now. It's a little more pleasurable out there. Turn 1's still nasty, but that's per usual.
Well, the wind looks good on you, and we'll see you in an hour.
Yeah, Goodman Real Estate boat will be out there for the final looking for the win, so we're going to have some fun.
Thanks.
Here goes our countdown to the 5-minute mark, and as everybody has come to know around here, my favorite moment in the Tri-Cities as we come up on 10 seconds to the 5. 6 noses have tipped out toward the center of the Columbia River, just awaiting the 5-minute mark in 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 mark, 5 minutes. Oh, here we go. Everybody starts to pull away from the dock. Even Andrew Tate is going to come away. Looks like first out's going to be Jamie Nielsen, but once again, J. Michael Kelly in the U8 is going to pop up in the Beacon Electric. He's bringing Dylan Runny with him on his left. He's bringing Corey Peabody in the Beacon Plumbing on the right. The Goodman Real Estate is away. AJ, how about that?
All 5 boats. Nielsen coming up first. Then, of course, we got the Beacon Plumbing. We got the Beacon Electric. Andrew Tate bringing up the rear, and in between, the U1 and Dylan Runny. This is going to be a great race.
We're still watching the flavor pack down here. He stayed at the dock. He didn't seem to want to even try. He has now come up on a plane away from the dock. So all 6 boats are up and running for the 2023 Columbia Cup. It's the final heat. It is a winner take all. Forget points, forget all that stuff. Winner take all. Going to get a little crowded up at your end, Michael.
J. Michael Kelly, along with Andrew Tate, Dylan Runny, all cut across the ESCO Electric infield. Meanwhile, Peabody and Nielsen come down the front stretch into traffic.
Yeah, they're all coming down the front straightaway here, with the exception of the U40, the flavor pack. We'll watch the boats as they come down here, pick them out of the sun. J. Michael Kelly is sitting in one. Where is Dylan Runny going to put it? He is just outside of Andrew Tate, but it's a small hole between Tate and Corey Peabody. Keep an eye on it. Looks like now he's got room, AJ, in the blue boat in lane 3.
Yeah, it looks like he managed to squeeze himself in there. It's hard to say, but man, looks like we got John Michael Kelly in lane 1, and then it does look like Andrew Tate squeezed in and managed to grab lane number 2. Outside in lane 4, looks like Dylan Runny in the number 1, and then Nielsen coming in lane 5 right now up the back.
Just inside 3 minutes. There's still a lot of milling in this period.
Oh, this is where it starts to get fun.
Anybody coming across the ESCO Electric infield? No.
Not this time. So
Do
they're
you
going to make a
feel-
full lap, huh?
Do you feel that the field, Brad Luce, is going to let J. Michael Kelly hold on to lane number 1?
Well, with where they are right now, and again, my unofficial timing mark, you don't want to cross start finish line before 2 minutes, so they're going to be in pretty good position to be behind that. I look for those boats to stay where they are and come all the way down and around. The one to watch, the wild card, is the Flavor Pack and Dustin Eccles, who just came out of turn 2 and is halfway up the back chute.
At what point can you duck in and try to snake a position?
You've got to have room, right?
Yep, you've
2
gotta
minutes.
have room.
2 minutes.
Okay.
Tell me
And
when
right now, there's no room at the end.
No, there's not. These guys are going to be early. It's going to be early. 1:54.
J. Michael Kelly in
They are-
1,
they are-
Andrew Tate in 2, Dylan Runny in 3.
They are going fast down the front stretch.
Oh my goodness, they're going. Oh boy,
Way
they are
early.
going to be early. J. Michael Kelly is crossing the entrance pin at 1:36. Oh,
The Flavor
boy.
Pack and Jamie Nielsen may be in really good shape.
Yeah, Jamie Nielsen and Dustin Eccles may be sitting in the best spot. And the reason we're saying that, for our new fans that are watching, you cannot drop below 80 miles per hour. If you do, it is a disqualification. Watch those boats up the backstretch coming up on 1:10 right now.
So maybe J. Michael Kelly did the proper math. He got into his parked spot, and he's like, the math in the head
Look at
makes
he's
sense.
going really slow.
Well,
Yeah.
as long as he's going 80 miles an hour, that's all he needs to do. And sorry, you can't cut in front of me. We'll see if it pays off at the start-finish line. He's nailed his start finishes, a lot of the heats and stuff. So this is not a surprise to me.
He'll be going very slow.
Yeah, I think that whole group is going to
40
be going
seconds,
slow.
40
You want to be
seconds.
at that entrance pin at 20. It's 38 right now. Look at these two boats that are trailing the field. They're going to be able to bring the boat speed to the start-finish line.
J. Michael Kelly in lane number 1, Andrew Tate lane number 2, Runny in 3, Peabody in 4.
He's going to be early.
They're really early with 20 seconds. They're going to have to drop below 80. We're at 15 seconds, and the race could be over before it starts.
Wow.
J. Michael Kelly, no choice. He had to go across with 8 seconds on the clock. There's still 5 seconds on the clock as
Early.
Runny goes across. Tate's early. Beacon Plumbing's early. Nielsen on the outside with a clean start and boat speed. On the inside of him is Dustin Eccles in the Flavor Pack.
Well, we know we've got at least 2 or 3 of them across the line, so maybe it is Jamie Nielsen on the outside. Maybe it is Andrew Tate. The start is under review. We will call them as they are on the water.
Yeah, right now it's J. Michael Kelly out in front in the bright red Beacon Electric. Oh, my goodness.
I think you got 3 boats that jumped the gun, so this is going to be. Good thing is 5 laps. We're going to need a while to figure this out, who's in and who's not.
In turn 2, Eccles was just having some problems coming through.
So Jamie Nielsen on the outside is in pretty good shape. We're going to get the word here from Tana Morissette in just a minute about our jumping the gun situation and how many may have been early. Heading across the start-finish line, completion of lap number 1 of 5, J. Michael Kelly,
We
the
have
leader on the course.
3 have jumped the gun. The 8, the 1, the 91, all 1 minute plus.
So
Where's
that
Jamie
leaves
Nielsen?
Peabody's clean. So Peabody is the race leader out on the course and was clean.
Here comes Peabody. He's down just on the outside of Andrew Tate. He is officially your leader because Tate has jumped the start. Second place is the boat running physically 4th on the water. That is Jamie Nielsen in the Legend Yacht Transport.
So the white boat with the blue lettering, that's the Beacon Plumbing 9 with Corey Peabody on the Griggs backstretch, is in first place. Second place boat is Chartreuse, blue and red highlights. That's Jamie Nielsen, Legend Yacht Transport Trust Company, heading up the backstretch. Your third place boat just out of Tire Factory turn number 2 right now, the Flavor Pack 40 with Dustin Eccles.
So just enjoy the ride as long as there's not a major malfunction. The Peabody winning streak will continue. I mean, I know there's still a lot of racing to go, but the way it's set up, this is just kind of a walk in the park, Kazansky.
Completion of lap number 2. Peabody will pull away from Tate at the Mosteller Memorial start-finish line and head to All Doors Incorporated turn number 1. Peabody is our race leader in the 9.
Yeah, and Andrew Tate's going to get by him here on the inside. But if we know that everybody's jumped the gun, so does Corey Peabody. But he's keeping his foot in the U9, the Beacon Plumbing. Those boats are tied together. Here's your official second place boat right now at the entrance pin of the lower corner. It's Jamie Nielsen.
Jamie Nielsen moving wide around Tire Factory turn number 2. Coming in third place, the U1, Dunny running up behind, and then of course the Flavor Pack in fourth, coming around turn 2 right now.
So back to J. Michael Kelly, who's leading out on the course, but again suffering the early start penalty as we complete lap number 3. Corey Peabody is the first boat not to jump the gun that's crossing start-finish line now with the race lead as we head into lap number 4 down the front stretch, All Doors Incorporated, turn number 1.
Yeah, Corey Peabody comes down here in the white U9 of Beacon Plumbing. He's just looking for clean water right now, and he finds it outside the run made by J. Michael Kelly, AJ.
Tate on the inside, and their leader and champion of the Columbia Cup coming down the backstretch right now, Corey Peabody. Nobody has managed to solve this guy. Looks like he's running for another championship.
What a great run.
Well, to solve a piece of the Peabody puzzle is you can't jump the start.
Yeah, that was
give
unfortunate.
yourself an extra. I mean, 1, 2, 3, and especially with J. Michael Kelly, that's unfortunate. I mean, he was off by 20 seconds. He was like 20 seconds.
Oh,
early.
Jamie Nielsen goes dead in the water at the exit pin of turn number 2, Tire Factory turn 2.
Nielsen is dead. The Flavor Pack going by him on the inside.
Flavor Pack, Dustin Eccles now in second place. Wow. Final lap. White flag is out for Corey Peabody. Peabody down the front stretch into All Doors, turn number 1.
Down here to the lower corner, there are 2 boats that are out front, or at least appear to be out front. Corey Peabody and Andrew Tate are still tied together, but Tate is a lap down. Bring our leader through the corner and up the backstretch, AJ.
There he goes, Corey Peabody. Gonna be, as long as, he gets through the last lap, your champion for the 2023 Columbia Cup. Corey Peabody heading down the backstretch into home, right across start-finish line.
Up into White's Finish Furniture and Hardwoods, turn number 3. Peabody, the race leader, on the outside. To the apex, to Buffalo Brothers, turn number 4. Peabody onto the front stretch. Tate still battling. He's not just going to let him go. Oh, there he comes to take the checkered flag. And it is out for Corey Peabody, and a perfect weekend for the 9 Beacon Plumbing, from qualifying to the checkered flag in the final heat.
Ah, the freaking Beacon Plumbing, that is.
Second place, Flavor Pack. Jamie Nielsen still without power over there in the Legend Yacht, and that's so Legend Yacht Transport Trust Company. So unfortunate for that team because he was doing so well and had second place.
Now
but Dustin Eccles will claim that.
Let's keep our focus on this because there's still plenty of points out there. Have we kind of shaken out now the boats that have to run the extra lap? There's still some points out there, so we got to keep an eye on that.
No doubt. Heading to Seattle, you want to get every point in the bucket you can take.
Yeah, speaking of the bucket, I'm on my way down to the pit area, but I think Flavor Pack, the U40, and Dustin Eccles is your second place boat, have the positions not changed yet. And then I think J. Michael Kelly, who just bit the bullet and took off, may be in third.
And he
you
just
guys
crossed
look
the
at
line.
it.
He just crossed the finish line.
Yep, we'll get more information from upstairs from the officials. Brad Luce and also Tana Morissette getting us the latest details from upstairs. Again, unfortunately, the home street, Goodman Real Estate, a little bit early, along with the Beacon Electric with J. Michael Kelly.
Well, you know, it sets up a heck of a seafair to wrap up the season. I mean, at least we did have a full final. Unfortunately, 3 of the boats basically disqualified themselves at the start-finish. So I guess technically, yeah, you had a final, but still, that's unfortunate.
Corey Peabody being congratulated by crew members of teams here. You got to catch your breath. I'm going to catch mine so we can take a 5-second break here. if you're going to win the...
This is us a couple years ago, remember?
Yeah, that's exactly right. You went swimming.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're going to do this and keep winning here in the Tri-Cities, you're going to have to do a couple donuts on
Yeah,
there or something,
yeah.
Corey, you got your first win here, as we were just saying a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
You love this course. That's got to be a special one. You've done it again.
Absolutely love this course. Hold on.
Go ahead. Jeff Bernard.
Jeff Bernard, good friend, great racer.
So, you were talking about how special it is to win here in the Tri-Cities. Not home waters, but darn close.
You know what? It's Daryl and Vanessa's home, so it's our home. What a heck of a run. You know, I know there's a lot of penalties. There's a lot of penalties, you know, and so let's sort this out. You know, I don't want to celebrate too early, but, you know, let's sort this out. And it's, but as of right now, on the water, looks like we got it. And I'm excited, but we'll see what happens, you know. Anything can happen here in the next few minutes.
And if that's the way it goes, you get through tech inspection clean and everything's fine. It's what we call a perfect weekend. Here's your other teammate here. J. Michael Kelly comes over to congratulate him. Unfortunately for your buddy Mike, he got up there a little early and had nothing to do. He just bit the bullet and took off and jumped by about 7 or 8 seconds. But it would be a perfect weekend for you. Top qualifier, you won everything we put in front of you. This boat and this team and what Jeff Campbell and the crew did rebuilding this thing from last year, I can't get enough of it. It's amazing what they created.
They made something special, that's for sure. You know, it was special before, but, you know, who knew that an accident could give us something so much better? But, I mean, that beginning of that race when we watched the two Madison boats come up on us, you know, we knew we had to do something special on there, but went out, hauled butt down, and try to make the best of it. But let's see what happens here in the next few minutes. You know, I don't want to count my blessings too early, but dang, what a heat, you know, what a great run.
It was a lot to sort out, but regardless of this heat, and we'll get it all sorted out, great competition all weekend. Somebody might look at this from a distance and go, yeah, but nobody touched Peabody. He beat everybody. Yeah, he worked his tail off to get it done.
We've been working our tail off for, you know, 9, 10, 11 months on this. So well, actually a year, you know. So it didn't come easy. You know, it was 6, 7 days a week, 10 hours a day in the shop to get it where it was. I'll tell you, Jeff Campbell was literally in the shop from 5 a.m. to 4:30, 6 days a week. And that's a special guy. I'm super happy to have him on my side. So thank you, Jeff Campbell. Thank you all my crew, everyone, Beacon Plumbing, Beacon Electric, Bill Cahill. If we get this win, that one was for you. I know you wanted these Washington races, so I hope we get it and we'll celebrate. I think he's down there in our hospitality, so I hope I get to go down and see him and, you know, say thank you. I mean, 2 boats, 2 fast boats. Thank you, Bill Cahill.
2 fast boats, 2 mighty good drivers. A great show. You won it on the water. Yeah. I know we got to go through tech, and you're saying all the right things here. Hopefully we can come up and chat in a few minutes. Andrew Tate, congratulating you. Hopefully we can come up in a few minutes and say you're good to go. It's clean. But on the water, he is the 2023 Columbia Cup champion. It's got a good ring to it.
It does. I'm going to go stress out for a few minutes until we pass tech, so that's what we're going to do.
And thanks for waiting for me.
Oh, yeah. You didn't get me last time. You got my teammate. Man, snubbed me. That's all right. But thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody, for coming out and watching us. Thanks for supporting Water Follies and everything. What a great race, great event. All the volunteers, all the people, all you blue shirt people. So happy to have you a part of this sport, and we can't wait to continue to do this sport and do the things that we love. So thank you.
We'll do it again next weekend. You the man.
All right, man. Thanks, guys.
Corey Peabody.